I'm Coach Marisa. I'm the owner of Absolute Touch Organizing here in Dallas, Texas. And right now, we're literally inside of my garage. Now, what we're going to talk about is decluttering the garage. We want you to maximize your space, but we already know that this can be a catch-all for so many things, the secret hideout for so many things, including critters sometimes. We don't want that, right? So let's clear space in your garage so it can be used for what it's intended for, a car. Now, first things first, when you go into the garage, I know it can be overwhelming. I know it can be so stressful looking around like, where do I even begin? You want to know where you begin? Boxes that potentially are just sitting there that's empty, trash that's empty, things that are broken. Those type of things is where you want to start because you begin to immediately clear space. You're able to clear space just from getting up the trash in the garage. The next thing that you need to do, you have got to go through the process of sorting, categorizing the items in the garage. You have all of your tools over here for the yard, okay? You have tools for the car over here. You have the seasonal athletic equipment that you have over here. You need to get those things together. Now, the biggest battle that I see people deal with are items that's been inside of the garage and they're actually in bins and no one remembers what's in there. It's labeled kitchen, but whose kitchen? Because sometimes people inherit items and now they place it in the garage. They never make a choice about where it's going to go, if it's going to be a keep, a donate, and now it's in the garage. So you're going to literally have to take it bin by bin, okay? I encourage people, if it is the summertime, you may want to get started a little bit earlier in the day because it can be very, very hot inside of a garage. Make sure you have enough air blowing, have a fan on you, open the garage doors so you can be able to breathe, okay? And now it can also bring in a lot of light as well. So it may actually make you feel better by opening that garage for so many reasons, okay? Now, you're going to have to most definitely bring a chair into the garage and look through those items, or you can get one bin at a time to look through it and see what you actually need. But make sure, as you saw in the picture, I want to say this again, but on the picture, it have a white trash bag for your for your donate, but have a black trash bag for trash. White donate, black for trash. And you probably may need some boxes as well to let go of things that may be a little bit heavier, okay? So keep this in mind as you get started on this process. Another thing, I don't want to jump too quick, but you are going to need bins to actually put the like items in, okay? So if you, and preferably actually clear bins because you can immediately see what's in there. It's very easy when you're in the garage to get very confused. So what you want to do is get clear bins for the garage because you may have some seasonal items and you may have a variety of seasonal items. So you may have Halloween, you may have Christmas, right? You may have Easter, you may have a variety of things that you just love to have for decorations throughout the house, because I've seen it before where there was every holiday, every season, and you needed to switch it out, but no one knew where the bins were because they were covered in a gray or blue or black. And it's like, which one is which? So getting the clear bins will save you so much trouble. And you can actually get a labeler and label these bins, and it makes it so much easier. Another thing that makes it easier as well is adding shelving into your garage if you need to build something, to buy something, to get some shelving to place these things on once you finish decluttering. That makes it so much easier to keep it out of the way and have it actually organized in your garage. And it's still not inside of the house, it's exactly where it needs to be. So, once again, let's get back to the decluttering process. You're going to have to sit down for this one, especially if it's really, really busy. Okay, in the beginning, as you're going through bins, if you have a lot of bins and boxes, it's going to take a little while. You have to be consistent and go through that process. If you have only a couple of bins and a couple of boxes, of course it's not going to take you as long. But I have seen where the entire garage was filled with bins and boxes, and sometimes it can take a very, very long time to go through that process. So I'm meaning about potentially 3 or 4 days, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So you may want to get someone to help you so you won't get too overwhelmed. Okay, but as you get your categories together, please keep in mind the things that do not serve you anymore. Not that you may use it, but literally you're not going to use it anymore. The kids have grown out, they moved out. So do you need all of the equipment that you once used for the kids' activities? That's something to keep in mind. Probably not. Go ahead and get rid of it. Old toys that may be in the garage that they may use, once again, go ahead and let that go, because it's already done what it was supposed to do in your family. The purpose has been served, and now you're actually clearing space. Now, the one thing to keep in mind with the garage is that you're probably going to need a junk removal for the bigger items, because sometimes, once again, people do put things in here such as furniture as well. They don't want the furniture, but initially they weren't ready to get rid of it. But now it's the perfect time to clear space in your garage and say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. Or I thought my child was gonna come back and get this bedroom set. They never came and got it. It's been 5 years. I'm tired of holding on to it. So now I need a junk removal, and that's okay. You can get in contact with one of your local junk removal companies, and they will come right on out and pick it up for you. The main thing is, when you do call them out, make sure that you're done with the decluttering process inside of your garage, and you know what's leaving and you know what's staying. Now, also another thing to keep in mind, when you do have your white trash bags and black trash bags, you want to make sure that it's easily accessible for the people that will be coming to pick it up, okay? Because sometimes some junk removal companies will go ahead and take just every bag that they see. My company, I intentionally do white donate trash bags for a reason, because we actually donate them. And so when I have the junk removal company to come out, they pick up everything, and I tell them where these items actually need to go. And sometimes they're actually going to families, sometimes they're going to a school, sometimes they're going to a domestic violence shelter, depending on what items can be donated. So keep this in mind, because you can be intentional about what you do with your items and where you actually want them to go. And junk removal can actually take that out for you. So, but the garage is pretty much a really heavy hitting place where you can get out a lot of things in one whop and it's ready to go. And now you actually have your garage back. So I hope this helps, because when you are getting ready to organize your garage, the one thing you want to do, you want to have your shelving inside of your garage. You want to make sure that those things that you need the least, that they're at the top. The ones that you need the most, they're pretty much within reach. You don't want to have to reach up all the time trying to grab something down, okay? If you need your garden tools closer to you, go ahead and keep those close by, okay? Or if you need, I'm literally in the garage, okay? So, try to make sure there's no spiders in here. So I'm gonna keep this inside of the video as well. I am not editing this out because we're all human. Okay, now back to what I was saying about keeping things in order, the things that you need the most. If you have 3 shelves, I would put most definitely the most important things that you use on a regular basis on that middle shelf, okay? The ones you use the least at the top, and then also at the bottom. It all depends on how you like to function and what actually works for you and your family. Okay, but the main thing is categorization, getting the categories together, making sure that you actually are going to use what you decide to keep and that you no longer allow your garage to be the storage area. I want you to be intentional. I want you to feel good, and I want you to be able to park in the garage because it's so much easier on a rainy day. So, good luck, hang in there, and just know that it is a matter of choice and consistency. And don't forget to take a seat. You do not have to strain your back. You don't have to wear out your body to clear the garage. It does take physical work for sure, but when you're going through the actual bins, have a seat. Try not to do too much bending or bending in the wrong way, okay? Take care of your body and take care of yourself. See you later.